We will tear your souls apart.
In today's video, I'll be talking about The Predator from 2018. If this Blu-ray breaks, we can kill it. It's another one ugly motherfucking movie. This movie is once again not a sequel to The Predators. This is a whatever movie. Despite this is the fourth Predator movie in the franchise, if you want to count the Alien vs. Predator crossover movies, despite they don't even mention any of those events in this movie, I guess we're at the point of not knowing if these movies are considered canon or not. Also, again, use numbers, they're your best friends. This movie does not have Arnold Schwarzenegger or Danny Glover. Where the heck were Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny Glover? This movie is so bland, bad, and forgetful. I hate saying this, but I was watching this movie, I had a hard time being invested in this movie. I was toning out. And I was not giving a crap about this entire movie. This is a movie I'm glad and thankful I did not see in the movie theaters for wasting my money on this ugly motherfucking movie. Sterling K. Brown, who is a good actor, but again, he is so bland, a cliched villain, forgetful. He just dies for a kill count. It's like he knew the movie was going to fail and bomb. He rushed his scenes, got his paycheck, and went home. After his character dies, I forgot that he was in this movie. Rory's an autistic kid. This felt like a poor man's Rain Man as a little kid. He gets bullied in school. He's sensitive to noise. I can relate to that, but I'm not autistic. His father's an army man who suffers from PTSD, and again, boring, bland, and forgetful, and yet, he's the main character here of this movie, ladies and gentlemen. His mother brings home 2 Halloween mask options, and has no idea who Frankenstein is. He doesn't want to wear a Halloween costume. He opens a box and sees the Predator's mask. Rory gets in contact with the Predators. Little does he know what the Predators are. Instead of going out as Frankenstein monster or a pirate, he goes out dressed up as the Predator. He accidentally kills the bullies, not knowing the mask had weapons on it. I feel bad saying this, and I'm sorry. I don't find this kid interesting, despite he has autism, he gets bullied, and I just don't feel the emotion and sympathy for this kid. I've seen it done better in other movies where a kid gets bullied, defends himself against the bullies he doesn't like, who make fun of him. But the way he defends himself against the bullies, they end up getting killed by him, and they don't arrest this kid or for murder, and they don't send him to juvie. This part was way too extreme and over the top. When the big tall Predator kidnaps Rory, puts him in the spaceship, I'm thinking, Lilo and Stitch, anyone? And again, I feel bad saying this too, for how much I didn't care for his father, who was a former army man who suffers from PTSD again. I've seen this done better in other war movies on a soldier we sympathize with, who suffers from PTSD and other mental disorders as they're coming home from the war. Olivia Munn plays a scientist who's familiar with the Predator technology. She sees that a Predator is being experimented on and studied, calls the Predator a beautiful motherfucker. The Predator wakes up, escapes, doesn't kill her because she was not armed. For what I read and learned from my friend Jeremy, he told me how actor Steve Wilder was originally cast as a minor character in this movie, but 20th Century Fox removed his scenes a few days before the picture locked in. Olivia Munn went to the studio and informed them about his arrest, how he was charged and registered as a sex offender in 2010 after facing allegations that he attempted to lure a 14-year-old girl into a sexual relationship through the internet. Director Shane Black, who had cast Steven in small roles in Iron Man 3 and The Nice Guys, he initially defended his casting as giving an old friend a second chance, but later apologized, took full responsibility for causing such controversy. For what I also read, he originally was going to play a jogger who tries to hit on Olivia Munn's character, and this scene was the original introduction to the character. Nothing against Olivia Munn, she doesn't bring anything new or interesting to this character. She's just there, that's it. I've seen her in a few things here and there, but I'm not all familiar with her filmography, to be quite honest. Thomas Jane is an underrated actor who deserves a lot more credit. He's one of my favorite actors in general. I love him in movies like Deep Blue Sea, 61, where he played Mickey Mantle, The Punisher, and The Mist. His character has Tourette's syndrome. He's a former soldier who served in Afghanistan. He slurs at curse words and least expected, and I'm sad to say this, he was trying too hard to be funny. He says jokes that are so dumb and stupid. He's too good of an actor to be in a movie like this. He can play a good character in a better Predator movie. The character Quinn is a Marine. No one believes on his encounter with the Predators in the past that he claims that he fought against the Predators. Where were you in the last movies? Because I have no idea who the hell you are. After seeing the Predators escape, now his busmates believe him. When they escape, One of the prison inmates says, "Get to the chopper," again. Arnold said it better. "Stop repeating the same movie lines from classic movies, you assholes!" Jake Busey plays Sean Keyes, the son from Predator 2, and the real-life son of Gary Busey. One would think that his father died from being killed by the Predator in Predator 2, that he would have been the main focus, but no, he's just there, that's it, there's nothing to this character. A wasted opportunity potential for Gary Busey's son to fight a Predator in this movie. Keegan-Michael Kay, I'm not gonna lie, I've heard of this guy before, I know he's a famous comedian, but I have no idea what movies or shows he's done or been on. Again, he says a lot of lame, stupid, dumb jokes that don't make any fucking sense. It's like he was hired by this studio at the last minute, replacing an actor who's supposed to be played by a serious actor. But instead, we're stuck with this annoying douchebag. We don't care if a lizard dies because he's fucking annoying. When him and the other former soldiers are trying to escape from the bus, he says one of the dumbest, lamest jokes I've ever heard in a movie. Not just a horror sci-fi movie, just a movie in general. He insults Thomas Jane's character saying, "If your mom's vagina was a video game, it'd be ready to eat for everyone." I am not kidding, that's exactly what he says in the movie. Don't believe me? Go check it out for yourself and prepare to be mad and annoyed and upset and just angry. When he said that, I cringed. I was just so annoyed. It made me really angry. I never felt so angry and ticked off at a bad dialogue in my life with a movie. I thought I wanted to throw my Blu-ray copy of this movie on the barbecue. Believe it or not, he's related to the great comic book writer Dwayne McDuffie. They were half-brothers. Just like Predator, it does have some awesome, cool practical Predator effects, but it does not save the movie. This movie takes place on Halloween, and gee, I wish I was watching the original Halloween, or maybe the Halloween sequels I like. Or heck, I wish I was watching the 80s horror heavy metal Trick or Treat, or the 2007 Dolly Trick or Treat horror movie. For the record, I wish I was rewatching the original first Predator movie and talking about that movie instead of this crap. These characters sucked. Throughout the entire movie, I kept saying to myself, I really don't give a shit. Edward James Olmos was in this movie, but it seems we're cut for time. Not that it would have made any difference cutting his scenes out to fix the movie. I also read that Adrian Brody was interested in reprising the role as Royce, but I'm glad he was not in this movie. He dodged the bullet. Another thing about this movie, it was missing Arnold Schwarzenegger's Dutch and Danny Glover's Detective Harrigan, but no, these two are too good to be in a movie like this. At least they could have pulled it off in this movie they were in it. It sucks, and Lord knows we'll ever see Arnold Schwarzenegger or Danny Glover come back in a future Predator movie. They're getting old and they're up in age. They better hurry up. Even if they come back, I don't expect them to do any crazy stunts. As long as they're in the movie giving it their all, I'm fine with that. They fight the Predator in the schools. Gee, what's next? They fight the Predators at Denny's like in Man of Steel, or they fight the Predators at McDonald's. For what I also read where they shot the fight scene at this school, the same school they used on the Smallville TV show. Man, I wish I was talking about Smallville or any other Superman vs. Predator comic book instead of this turd. This movie felt like it was originally supposed to be a bad slapstick comedy with the Predators thrown at the last minute. We see the Super Predators again, but whatever, it doesn't save the movie. As cool as the action scenes look, but they're not fun and epic like the first one. It felt like it was made for a YouTube video by a fanboy at Comic-Con. Unlike past Predator movies where each character was killed off one by one, these new annoying characters barely survived until the end of the movie. They had more screen time than past characters who died earlier or in the middle towards the end of a Predator movie. This movie is directed by Shane Black, who played Hawkins in the first Predator movie. How does he go from playing Hawkins in the first Predator movie to directing a crappy Predator movie? It seems to be common in movie franchises where an actor who played a famous character from the beginning, and when he or she gets a chance to direct a sequel to a popular franchise that they are well known for, it doesn't always seem to work out sometimes, or maybe hit or miss, but it depends on who the person is, he or she. For example, William Shatner directed Star Trek V. Here's a guy who has a big legacy and is an iconic character, and yet he cannot direct a proper Star Trek movie. It just goes to show you that sometimes when someone plays a big, famous, iconic character, that doesn't mean that they are qualified to direct one of their own famous movie series. To his credit, Shane Black does take blame and responsibility for this movie's failure. I don't know the behind-the-scenes story, what happened during the making of this movie. It would not surprise me. It sounds like the movie had a lot of studio interference. It seems like Shane Black had original ideas, but was pressure enforced by the studio to make some changes. Whether people like Iron Man 3 or not, this movie makes Iron Man 3 look better. The movie ends on a dumb cliffhanger ending, setting up another sequel where they test the Predator technology, and the main hero protagonist of this movie, who I don't remember his name, says he will use this technology to fight the Predators if they ever return to Earth again someday in the near future. Whatever, I am not interested and I don't care, and I do not want a sequel to this turd. I don't really have a lot of much else to say about this movie. After doing this video, I'll never rewatch this movie ever again and forget about it. This movie does not seem to be talked about that much in the Predator movie community, and for a good reason. Sitting through this movie was painful and exhausting chore for how much I really hated this movie. But it did make me appreciate how awesome the first Predator movie still holds up to this day, and I still think Predator 2 is still a much better movie compared to this garbage. Plus, there was no Arnold Schwarzenegger or Danny Glover. Yes, I know, I said that 3 times already in this video. But you know, it was a good thing that both of them were not in this movie. They are way above this movie. This movie is dumb, boring, not organic, depressing to watch. It fails to top the first Predator movie. Very disappointing. It was not suspenseful like the first 2 Predator movies are. This was a complete mess and garbage. This is the worst Predator movie I've ever seen. The actors don't even try to take themselves seriously. It's like they knew the movie was going to bomb and probably didn't like the script of this movie. And Lord knows, they could have been either high or drunk. But I can't prove that. They have no fear like in the first Predator movie when the characters were scared, horrified, and not knowing whether they're up against a scary giant predator. The chemistry between these characters is just not there. Stay tuned tomorrow for Prey.